Courageous Self-Care podcast. I'm your host, Christina Marlette. On this show, we talk about self-care that goes beyond bubble baths, chocolate, and wine. It's the self-care that takes courage because it can get uncomfortable. There's a lot to learn. Often we need a guide. And the best promise is that it will transform your life. Be sure to stick around until the end. I'm going to share a free resource with you. So on the show this month, we are exploring Courageous Self-Care Foundation number 3, which is gratitude, growing your gratitude. The reason why we want to focus on gratitude is because it's this incredible win-win situation. When we cultivate this practice in ourselves to feel grateful for whatever it is that's going on, whatever is showing up in our lives, whatever we're receiving, then we attract more of those wonderful experiences and circumstances that will make us feel even more grateful. It is a fantastic practice, and truly gratitude changes everything. What I want to share with you today is some games that we play in our family that increase our gratitude. So with our kids, we have really noticed that the brain is hardwired to focus on the negative. And for years, I said to my husband, I don't get it. We're so positive. We're such positive parents. We rarely focus on the negative. Why do the kids do that? And the reason is because the brain is 60% hardwired to focus on the negative. It happened that way a long time ago. Our brains developed that way because we needed to focus on, don't chase after that animal. It's a dangerous predator. Or don't eat that particular plant. It causes illness. And so we needed that ability to be able to focus on the negative. However, we don't need that anymore. We're not in survival mode for the most part. And the great news is that we can actually change the receptors in our brains to focus on the positive. Gratitude is a wonderful practice to do that. And so we wanted to make it fun for our kids, and we wanted it to feel like entertainment, because don't we all learn best when we're having fun? Today I want to share with you 3 games that we play with our family, especially when there's grumpiness or we have time to wait or we're on a long car drive. These games are helping to solidify that practice of gratitude and shift the receptors in our kids' brains as well as our own, so that we have this new habit of focusing on gratitude and the good. Game number 1 is the gratitude alphabet. What we do is we go around. This one happens particularly in the car. So we go through the alphabet, and one person, so let's go in the order that we sit. So we'll say, my husband does A, and he says, I'm grateful for apples. So something that starts with A. Then it's my turn, and I say the letter B. So I'm grateful for bears. And then C would be, who sits behind me? My son. And he would say something like, I'm grateful for cheese. And then my daughter, D, I'm grateful for dogs. And then we go around and around and around until we finish the alphabet. I can tell you that this is a magical process. It can take the grumpiest, most unpleasant mood and change it into fun and joy and gratitude. It is a great game to play in the car. I highly recommend it. And it even works just on your own. If you're feeling grumpy, you're feeling like life is super challenging, and you notice you're focusing on the negative, take 2 minutes to go through the gratitude alphabet. It's surprising how many things we can determine that we're grateful for by using the alphabet as a guide. So that's game number 1. Game number 2, I invented recently, and it was out of necessity. So my husband and daughter went on a school field trip that was a couple of nights long. And my son developed this incredible, not homesickness because he was at home with me, but daddy sickness. And he just wanted his dad so badly. It was actually really challenging. And it wasn't the most fun time I ever had. I had envisioned that we were going to have so much fun together, but he was so focused on what he didn't have that he couldn't enjoy it. And what a great lesson. When we focus on what we don't have, we get out of the awareness of what we do have, and we can't enjoy ourselves. So this lesson needed to be solidified for me in this experience that was uncomfortable and unpleasant. And the go-to that I had was, okay, if you're going to cry, if you're going to focus on what's not here, let's bring it back into gratitude. So we're going to play another gratitude game. I invented many because it was a long several days. So here's what it is. The 3 blanks you're most grateful for in this moment. So for example, what 3 inventions are you most grateful for in this moment? And then he would say one and I would say one, and we go back and forth until we had each reached 3. And then he would start to cry again. I'd say, okay, let's focus on gratitude. So what 3 animals are you most grateful for in this moment, and why? Adding that "and why" is a great practice because it's helping us, well, especially kids, justify and rationalize and have a deeper reason. Whenever we can go a little bit deeper with gratitude, adding that "why," especially for women, it creates a much more profound experience. So, for example, I'm grateful for my house because it keeps me warm, it gives me shelter, I've decorated it with care, it houses all of my belongings, it's a place where I gather with my family, and just going into those why reasons is really fulfilling. It gets into the juiciness of gratitude. And if you're doing it with your kids or your family, you're going to learn some very interesting things about them. So I don't remember specifically which animals my son chose, but I know that one that I did was, I'm grateful for horses. And it's not really that I'm a horse person. My sister is more the horse lover, but I am grateful for horses because they have helped humans in so many ways. And I know that there are so many people who derive incredible joy out of their relationship with horses. And even though I'm not one of those people, I feel grateful that horses provide that experience for other human beings. Another example of the 3 gratefuls, I'm grateful that my son and I did. The 3 man-made foods you're most grateful for. So not foods from nature, but foods that man has invented. That was a super fun one. And then we did also foods from nature. We did a variety of these games over the weekend because, again, his brain just really wanted to focus on what wasn't there. And every single time that we played a gratitude game, by the end, he was smiling, he was feeling better. It gave a few more hours of calm and peace until he forgot and started to focus again on what wasn't there. But it was such a powerful practice, and it was really enjoyable. And like I said, we got to know each other even better, which is always a great thing with our family members. So that's game number 2. Gratitude game number 3 is I'm grateful for you because. This one obviously is incredibly powerful. When we notice characteristics that we admire and appreciate in other people and explain them, not only does it make the other person feel incredible, it also clarifies our own values. And self-discovery is the greatest journey we can go on in this lifetime. For example, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm speaking to my daughter. I'm grateful for you because you are so creative and you remind me of what joy there is in creating. Get the idea? Pick a characteristic or a quality about someone that you're speaking with and then go into the why. You can also do this on your own. So you could do it just thinking, you can do it while you're journaling, and what we focus on expands. So when we focus on what we're grateful for in other people, it brings us closer to them. It, like I said, clarifies our own values, and it makes us have these more profound, deep relationships rather than the superficial. This is a game that we play around the dinner table. We might play it at our Sunday night dinners, where we have my parents and my sister and her family and our family, or we play it with the four of us in my own family. Great game also for the car. Those are three plus ideas for how to increase your gratitude practice in a fun way, in a communal way. And like I mentioned before, they work especially well when there needs to be a mood shift. Your family may not be on board right away. It might take a little bit of setting the example. Our kids have grown up with this for the last several years, so they're right into the practice. But if it's brand new, ease it in and don't worry about the results to start off with. It may take a little while to get those neurons shifting in the brain into focusing on the positive. And if you just want to start with yourself, what a great place to start. So much better than listening to the news or immersing yourself in low vibration, stress-inducing, anxiety-causing media. Gratitude changes everything. And when you turn it into a game, it's incredibly powerful. Now, I promised you a free resource. What I'd like to share with you today is the self-care style quiz. You can go to ChristinaMarlett.com to take this quiz. Christina is with a CH, and Marlett is Marlett. The quiz is going to reveal to you one of 4 self-care styles that you are currently in. It also is carefully crafted so that the questions are giving you ideas on what true self-care looks like and sounds like and feels like. And it's fun. We all love taking quizzes to get to know ourselves better. So go ahead and take that quiz. To wrap things up, this podcast airs Monday through Friday. Be sure to come back and listen again for more great tips and strategies and solutions to help you prioritize your own well-being. If you enjoyed this episode, please do like it, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and you can become a subscriber or a follower. Lastly, I'll leave you with this powerful idea. When we prioritize our own well-being, not only do we benefit, but we set an example for other people to be able to do the same. It's the similar idea of when we choose to show up and shine brightly, we give other people permission to do the same. Every woman who takes a stand and demonstrates that she is prioritizing her well-being, it sets off this ripple effect for women around the world. And can you imagine a world where all people value themselves enough to take care of their own needs first so that they can then give with love and nurturing and joyful energy? That is a world that I want to live in. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to connecting with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.